Well, hello, hello, hello. Wow, what a turnout, Wales. How are we feeling? Only the second panel of the day, and look at all of you looking fabulous. Wales, I'm going to ask you one more time. This is going to be a wild panel. We need to hear you. How are we feeling? Yes, we are ready to meet the cast of The Walking Dead. Please give a warm Welsh welcome to, first of all, Ross Marquand. Let's hear it for Wales. Ross Marquand is on his way. Give it up for Cooper Andrew. And last but not least, please welcome Seth Gilliam.
That was a good test, good test. Hey, look at us.
Look how giant y'all are. Wow. Oh, we should have put you in the order.
They gave us spinning chairs, guys. They had no clue how many different looks we're going to be going for.
I didn't have ADHD,
Well, there you are.
so this is going to be a fun panel.
Yes.
We are so happy to have you here. Wales, aren't they looking fabulous? This is such a fun crew. I've had the pleasure of interviewing them before. Yes, Air Flick, I love it. And we are going to go to you guys for questions in just a little bit. We have a microphone set up. But first of all, guys, I'll start with you, Ross. How have you been enjoying Wales so far? You're no stranger to these Comic-Cons, of course.
No, yeah, I've been to Wales a few times. I've been to Cardiff, I've been to Telford, but this is my first time in Newport. It's beautiful over here. Beautiful. Who all lives in Telford or Newport? Anybody? Yes. Yeah. There was like 3 hands.
The hands went like this.
It's beautiful here. You should be proud of it. It's gorgeous. Yeah.
Feels like Halloween over here, so I instantly enjoyed it. I haven't worn pants in, I don't know, like 3 months. It's been bathing suits and like sweat shorts, so I'm happy. Happy with your temperature.
Yeah, I thought you were going somewhere else with the having no pants thing. I'm so glad you didn't. I'm loving it. I haven't seen much of Wales. I just been hanging out in the hotel, which is fantastic, and catching up with Cooper. And we went for a walk. We thought we were going for a short walk. It wound up being a couple of miles. But from that little brief thing, it's just beautiful. It's a beautiful countryside. I didn't really encounter any people on our walk.
Yes, we had, well, the one person that we did meet on the walk, they led us to the...
Yes,
Yeah.
so there's a kind of lady said, "So you walk in this every time, I hear it. Walk in this every time, I hear. Walk in this, right? If I look me."
I
think she said, "Follow her? Let's just follow her."
But then she said, "I'm gonna keep a distance." So now it looks like me and Seth just trailing her. Where's she going? What's she doing? I was like, "Lady, please, walk with us."
Walk with us.
Hilarious. Well, I was saying to Ross this morning that I interviewed about, gosh, like 12 of you, and you were there, Seth, in Manchester. But every single person, and I'm not just saying this because we're on stage, I said it to Ross off camera, every single person I've met from The Walking Dead has been so lovely, and it seems like you guys all get along really well. What's it like to be reunited here in Wales together?
I was thrilled, actually.
I was hiccuping, sorry.
I was really happy, but like, I extended my stay and got here a little early. I was like, just in case you guys are gonna get here early also. But we're terrible at coordinating. That's why we memorize lines and they tell us where to stand.
I saw Cooper a few weeks ago back in Atlanta, Georgia, and I'd seen Ross in New Jersey a few weeks ago as well. But I didn't recognize Ross because he lost half his face by shaving. And now it's just the baby face. He's got the cutest little dog on baby face.
Don't look at me, I'm hideous. I'm gonna do the panel like this for the rest of the time because
Thank you.
I hate it so much.
Can we have a round of applause for Ross's new look?
Thank you. No.
Good-looking man on my left and my right.
Thank you.
It's I prefer the beard. I mean, I think we both look better with beards. I don't know.
It's true. People don't recognize me when mine comes off.
Yeah, yeah.
When we were all having COVID back
Back in the day.
in 2020, I shaved my beard, and then I have it so like if I see my name, I'll like on a news thing, it'll alert me. And I saw like a UK paper, and they're like, Cooper Andrews shaves his beard. Jerry is dead. And I was like, I'm kind of like Tim Allen. Once you shave this, it's gonna be Santa Claus again in like 4 days.
Not to bring up the C word, but during COVID, what were you guys watching, and or what is your comfort show? Like, a go-to show that you can watch over and over again, be it something funny or what's your comfort show?
I watched a lot of The Boys myself.
Yeah.
What else did you watch? What do you guys watch?
I watched a lot of westerns, and I watched so many TV shows. I think I watched like 50 westerns.
You watched Tombstone?
Oh yeah.
Tombstone.
Yeah, that was my. I don't know. I was like, I wanted to watch movies that. Every time I watch a movie or I watch a show, it brings me back to like a memory that I've had. So I'm like, oh, this is lockdown. This is a little weird. So I'm just gonna make it westerns, and that's what I did. And I just watched Shogun.
I didn't really watch much programming during COVID. I rode my bike all around New York City because there was no one out in the streets, but all the lights would still go on in Times Square. So I have lots of pictures of myself biking around Times Square like...
That must have been so weird.
It was really weird. What's that Will Smith movie?
I Am Legend.
I Am Legend. It was like I Am Legend. And then the other one with Al Pacino and Keanu Reeves, The Devil's Own.
Devil's Advocate.
Devil's Advocate.
Yeah.
There's a scene where Keanu Reeves steps out into Times Square and it's like empty and, because the devil has like made everyone disappear. But it was really bizarre. So I did that for like hours. I didn't really stay home as instructed. We're filming this, right?
Well, there was no need to. It was fake news, okay? It was not real. COVID wasn't real, okay? Everybody knows it. Everybody's thinking it, everyone's saying it, dude, believe me, okay? COVID was not real. It was a fake China virus.
Dude, you have to stop conjuring this, dude.
I was hoping you'd say the word China.
China.
Oh my God.
China.
How have you just pulled this out? I wish you had done this every interview. That's tremendous.
Cooper and I have been doing it for a few years
Oh
now.
my God.
Yeah, we've been going. It's like when we were doing this and we were shooting the show, and Ross would say, "Okay, everybody, we're going back to one. This is going to be the best take we've ever had. This is going to be a beautiful shot. We're coming in. We're going to chop off some walker's heads, and you've never seen a walker's head fly so magnificently as when he uses his mace arm."
This is the gift that keeps on giving. I love it so much. Well, we could keep going with impressions, and I would love that, but we're going to take it to you guys because at Monopoly, we're by the fans. Now I'm doing it by the fans, for the fans.
It's very contagious.
It really is.
You're going to start doing it. Everybody's just going to relax. It starts sounding like Regis Philbin.
Just trickle down to me. Oh my gosh.
Why are you turning your back to me? What are you doing?
We've got the best microphone we've ever had, and it's right over here. If you can see that, just go ahead and line up at that microphone here. Yes, don't be shy. I know we have some takers there. And we're going to limit it to one question, if you don't mind, everybody, just to get everyone, to give them a chance to ask. If you need to adjust the microphone, feel free. How are ya?
Hello. Firstly, I want to say I think you're all amazing actors, and I really love The Walking Dead. Also, those impressions were hilarious. So, do you guys know any other impressions? And if not, what's your favorite joke?
It's the only one. It's the only impression we got.
What are your favorite jokes?
Favorite joke? Oh, Seth's got a lot of good jokes.
No, so a guy walks into a deli with a bowl of soup on a leash.
What?
That's the joke. What was the impersonation I used to love to have you do, Ross, when we were doing the COVID episode? It was James Gandolfini arguing with who?
Oh, yeah. It was Gandolfini arguing, I don't know, Michael Caine maybe, or who was it?
Gandolfini and Michael Caine having an argument over craft services over the foods available.
Okay. Hey, where's the bologna? I can't believe this. Where's the gabagool? I'm don't know what gabagool means, sir. We've got some tea and crumpets right over there, and I think you'd like them very, very much.
Hi guys, my question's actually for Seth. Walking Dead's been off air now for a little while, but I just wondered how it felt for you revisiting the character of Gabriel in The Ones Who Live.
I really enjoyed it. I was not expecting to have to put the hat and the eye back in and on ever again, actually, from the way things ended for me with the producers on the show, but that's another story for another time. I really enjoyed working with Pollyanna McIntosh, and I missed working with her when they took her off of The Walking Dead. And when Scott called me up and asked me if I'd be interested in coming back and doing this kind of same time next year themed flashback scenes with Pollyanna, I jumped at the opportunity. And as much as I enjoyed it, I missed also not having the chance to work with Andrew Lincoln again, because he was so close. But he was so far, because he was, himself, he was out of character, and he was just visiting the set. And it seemed like, we're almost there. If I could just get him in costume, we could have one more exchange. But it was exciting, and it was also a little surreal, because I couldn't fit the costume anymore, because I'd lost so much weight in the last season. I was doing a method acting thing. Apparently I was alone.
Very alone.
But it was really a fantastic experience to be able to put the costume back on, get the eye back in, and get back to the very kind of complex character that Father Gabriel turned out to be.
Thanks, Seth.
Thank you.
Hi, this is a question for all three of you. So, who is an actress or actor who you would love to work with in the future?
I'm going to say a Welsh actor named Christian Bale. I believe I've been following him since Empire of the Sun, and I just feel like that guy just goes there every single time. It could be a small role. It could be a role that he's coming in the scene, like 15 minutes in Thor: Love and Thunder, and he stole the show. He's just such a brilliant, dedicated actor, and I would kill to work with either Christian Bale or Gary Oldman. I would say, yeah.
I had a dream. And this was a real dream, not one of those fake dreams that you guys try to make up. No, this is, I'm gonna make up a dream for you. No, this actually happened. I had a dream about, we were shooting inside like this cubicle thing, and Bill Murray is on my back like Yoda, and I'm running around this office, and I don't know why, but after that, I'm like, I'd like to work with Bill Murray. As Yoda on my back, but I had a good dream about it. I woke up, I'm like, what did that mean? I usually try and interpret it, but I didn't. Do you guys have any clue?
No, I wouldn't try to interpret that.
I didn't know what it meant. Bill Murray's on my back, and he's like watching me try and be funny, and I'm like, this is terrible. Maybe that was a bad dream. I don't know. It was good for me.
I think the
Bill
universe
Murray.
is telling you that you're going to work with Bill Murray, right? That's gotta mean that.
And that he's going to be burdensome for you.
Yes. I got some cricks in my knees.
I've always wanted to work with Robert De Niro, but then I heard that he stays being the method actor that he is in character the entire time. And if he's playing an asshole, I don't want to work with Robert De Niro. You know what I mean? But if we're best friends, I'm all over it.
Great question, thank you. Hi there.
Hello. So first of all, I would like to say that my dad is a very big fan. He won't say it, but I'm going to say it for him. Wearing a grey t-shirt.
Welcome to his dad's outing party.
Yeah, so my question for you is, if you could be in any horror franchise, what would it be?
I've always been kind of partial to the Friday the 13th horror things, you know, with the amorous teens getting all loved up and then stabbed in the head because of the kind of penitent sex theme that ran through those movies. Always appealed to me.
I just talked about something, so it was I Still Know What You Did Last Summer, and Jack Black's in that, and they have these, the killer has these garden shears that he stabbed through Jack's hand. I say Jack like I know him, and then they pull out of his hand and they're about to stab him, and he's like, seriously, don't. And then they kill him, and I thought that was one of the funniest. Seriously, don't. So they need to make more of those, so I can get seriously donated.
Yeah. Do you remember Phantasm? Anybody remember Phantasm?
Like,
It was this movie from the 70s. There was two of them, I think. I don't know if they ever made more, but it's this ball that had these spikes that would pop out of it, and it would go around and
I remember,
look into people's heads.
Drill into people's heads, and had this guy who kind of controlled it,
Yeah.
like some sorcerer or something like that.
Yeah.
And it would fly around and bed itself and then slowly drill into people's skulls.
Yeah, it was awesome. It scared the crap out of me as a kid. So I'd like to do Phantasm.
Fantastic.
and then they put it on your arm.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
your balls. Aaron's arm had the balls.
That's right.
I'm disappointed nobody's saying Sharknado. I think you guys would rock it Sharknado.
We wouldn't want to take away from the sharks.
Right. That's so magnanimous of you, Cooper. Great question. We've got another one right over here. Hi.
Hello guys, I'm sure you get this question all the time. What's your favourite moment from the series for each character?
Let's start with number 1 on the call sheet, I guess, and we'll work up to 1 through 55 of our favorite.
For each character, is that what you said?
For each character, yeah. What's your standout moment for each character?
For each our character.
Oh, our,
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, I was about to come with this. Here we go. Season 1.
I love the COVID episode I did with Seth, the one more where we played Russian roulette, because I feel like, you know, Seth and I both come from theater backgrounds, and I feel like that was the closest I've been to doing a play in a very long time. There was only 3 actors, of course, me, Seth, and Robert Patrick, the Terminator, and it was just so much fun. We get to really dive into these characters in a way that we've never really done before. So that was probably my favorite moment from the show, for me, yeah.
Yeah, I concur. That was my favorite episode. That was the most fun to film and to rehearse, to actually rehearse was exciting. Because you don't often get to rehearse in television. You kind of sit in your trailer going over your part, and then they call you to the set and give you a quick diagnosis on where you can stand for the camera or where you're going to stand before you've made any kind of decisions on whether my character would even be standing or not. It's been decided for you. So in that episode, we actually had a director who encouraged us to bring ideas to it. And it was a little more collaborative than I recall a lot of the shooting. Because in a show the size of The Walking Dead, and I'm going to make this the longest answer I can, in the show the size of The Walking Dead, you often are trying to catch on to a moving train because there are so many moving parts, so many actors in a scene, there are so many group scenes that there isn't a lot of time left for the minutia of things like, would I be standing? Would I be sitting? They seem very simple choices to make, but sometimes the camera doesn't allow for it because it's got to track and pan and catch everybody who's part of the scene, as well as drift in and out of the walkers threatening in the background or whatever the action device might be. So that was my most fun episode working on as well.
Thank you.
I had all these the 9 lives of Jerry moments. There was the time where the kingdom got completely annihilated. Somehow I found a big enough stump of tree to hide behind.
When you had the battle axe, that's why.
Yeah, yes. My battle. That when we did the cave, that was the whole. But just us
When you
going
held up
through
the
it.
world? When you held up the world when the cave was collapsing, it's like, "Fuck, look at Jerry's holding up 1,000 tons of stone."
And while Carol and Daryl are having like a conversation, listen, you gotta come back. Like screaming through. Yeah, but there was, I mean, I'd have to rewatch, but to me, my favorite moments as far as the show goes, I mean, I have favorite character moments, but it's always, it's interactions, and we never had a scene, we've never had dialogue together.
I have favorite moments for both of you guys.
Yes.
And I don't know if you'll remember them, but for you, it was when King Ezekiel had gotten his entire, all the men in his kingdom killed by that 50 caliber gun. And the guy was standing over him and was about to slay him. And then suddenly the guy is split in half. And what you see is like you pulling the axe back, like, ah! And I was like, oh shit! Jerry just cut somebody in half! I love that moment. And for you, Ross, it was the moment when we were in that little outpost where we had been tricked. I forget the character's name. We were in the outpost where we had been tricked by the guy from the Commonwealth.
Lance?
No, he had set us up, and he was holding a gun on you. And you started to walk towards him, and then he, like somebody shot from somewhere else or whatever, but there was just, you were facing off with him from about 10 feet away, and he starts to go for the gun, and the way you inhaled and seemed to get like a foot bigger, and started to take a step towards him, like, oh shit's going down. It was my favorite Aaron moment. It was just like, oh, you fucked us, you were. And then the guns shots ring out. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I haven't seen that. I remember shooting it. I just haven't seen. I didn't seen a lot of the last season because I don't have cable. But
right.
I don't, and I know it's on Netflix now, but I haven't.
No, it's a magic moment. It's a great moment because most of the stuff is you being all weepy and shit. You know, but that was like a strong, powerful moment. It was like, there it is.
I mean, I loved your guys' COVID episode, and I loved, was that the moment where you guys were on that rooftop, like, hiding a murderer kind of thing? Was that what you're talking about?
Yes.
Yeah, I loved that moment, because it was just like, no, we didn't see anything crazy. It's like,
it was in that episode. I forget that character's name.
I do too, but he was great.
He was terrific, theater actor. Yes. Jason Butler Harner.
Yep.
Was the actor, but I forgot the character's name.
Yeah.
But yeah, do you guys know the moment I'm talking about? Does anybody recognize the moment I'm talking about? When it seemed like Aaron grew like a third testicle and stood up really tall.
If anyone knows the name, they have a table here. Come over and tell them. This is like the Walking Dead encyclopedia here in Wales, which is awesome.
And my name's Gabriel, that part, right after you were sniping.
Oh, call me Gabriel.
Yeah, call me Gabriel. Ooh, yeah, that part, I love that.
Thank you.
I tweeted.
Thank you.
Great question. Hi there.
Hi, I was wondering, what's it like to work with Norman Reedus on set?
For me, Norman has like this, one, he's cool, but second, it's like this childlike way of just looking at it. He's always like, we're about to have like a ton of fun. So I always enjoyed like that's weird, right? And I'm like, yeah. It's like, I remember when Chandler was like running up here. And so we had this moment where he and I had to go and find the kids. And we had like the battling on the morning stuff, but it was always, I don't know, I always had fun. He was always just like, go do your thing. Some people would be a lot more like controlling of like, hey, can you do this? And I don't know, it was I always equate this to summer camp. It just felt like I was hanging out with another kid from summer camp, that's The Walking Dead to me.
Do you want a real answer, or do you want a whole, we love the Walking Dead family, we're all brothers answer?
Tell me you don't love everyone. Say it.
We're all a family. We love each other.
He knows it's true.
Norman was fun to work with because Norman, I don't think he's a trained actor, but he's got a lot of different techniques that he settled on for his style, and part of it is a bit of a method acting thing. So when you're working with him, you get a lot of yeah, because Daryl doesn't speak a lot. So like we'll do this whole big scene, and he's doing all this action stuff and everything else, and I'm sitting there amazed because he's really good at it, And then we have a brief exchange, and I'm like, dude, that scene was, and I run off, blah 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 blah. I said, yeah, it was good. I'm like, yeah, but then when you did blah 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 blah, yeah. And that's the extent of the answer. And I'm like, all right, come out of character, let's have a conversation.
I never got that.
Yeah, he hangs in character. When the dog bit you, tell them the story of the dog biting you.
I don't think I'm going to tell that story. But no, it's amazing that we have so many incredible actors on our show who have done so much work. Like Norman's been in the biz for 30 years. You've been in the biz probably about the same amount of time. You broke it like late 80s, right? Early 90s? What was that?
The 80s?
Well, early 90s. No. What was your first? What was the Thomas Jefferson one? What was it?
Jefferson in Paris.
Yeah.
That was like 1994.
Oh, okay. Oh, wow. Okay. I thought it was early. Shit, my bad.
No.
Okay.
No, I was born. I was born in the 80s. I was born in the 80s.
Sorry. Dude, you still look the same. You look great. Come on. No, but we have a lot of actors who have been in the biz for ages and ages, and it's always cool to see, to feed off of their experience, but also learn from them, And Norman was just kind of unflappable. Like he just never let anything really bother him, which I really appreciated about him.
It's the method thing. It's like, that's not a part of the scene. That's not a part of this world. So I don't really have time for you. But what he would do is he would, after work, he was like a huge prankster. It was like he had these elaborate pranks that he would play on people after work. So you couldn't really get him back. He was just constantly catching Andrew at the end of a work day with a prank. But then you couldn't prank Norman while you were working because he wouldn't acknowledge it because he was in the moment, because he was being Daryl Dixon. You know what I mean? He'd be like, But then afterwards, he was like, yeah, did you see what I did there? Yeah, I put glitter in his air conditioner in his car. It's like, what? And then he's like, yeah, the videotape, look, check it out. And it's like Andrew being showered with 1,000,000 pounds of glitter at the end of a 106-degree, 16-hour workday, being like, Norman, what the fuck? Yeah.
So you do impressions too, Seth. You do a fabulous one.
I just didn't, it's easy to do, Norman.
Perfect. Great question. Thank you so much. We're going to do 2 final questions right over here. Come on up. Don't be shy.
Hello. I just want to say love you guys, all of you, and the show was absolutely amazing. It was really sad when it ended. To celebrate, I got Norman's hand tattoo on my leg. I was wondering if you guys have got any Walking Dead tattoos, or if you were going to get something, what do you think you would get?
I've never gotten a tattoo, actually. I would like to. I always promised it, like, once the show was over, because I noticed that Norman and Alana and several other people with tattoos would spend hours in the makeup chair before we even went to set, and I was like, I'm too lazy. I like to sleep in, so I don't want to get called to set early. But I said once the show ended, I would get a tattoo. And I have no idea what I would get, which is why I still haven't done one. But if you have suggestions, please. What?
Aaron's arm in fight mode.
Oh, okay, with the mace arm right here. All right, yeah.
Yeah, you could get a face tattoo of a beard. I don't know if it would be able to show up on my skin because it's so brown, but I would want to have like a white eye to represent Gabriel's dead blind eye.
What about doing it on your eyelid? So like you can just have it like that?
Yeah, that would freak people
That'd be
out.
cool. So you can just be like this all the time? You know?
Yeah, just walk around doing the Forrest Whitaker with my eye just
I think it look creepy as hell. Do
If
it.
you're asleep on a plane or something, that's a real conversation piece. If you're asleep, yeah.
Yeah. Cooper, do you have tattoos?
I'm like one of the only Samoans in the world that does not have any tattoos. So, I don't know if I'd start. Yo, bro, you got any tattoos on you? You tatted up like, yeah, I got this Walking Dead one. What the is that?
You should get a Terramana tattoo for your arm.
Get some Terramana. And be,
Yeah, I was
This
going to get
is his impression of The Rock.
every time I do The Rock, and it's gonna say family. And you know how I do it. We're gonna do big. We're gonna have pancakes. Tattoo pancakes and blueberry butter. Love it.
Have you met The Rock yet? Have you met The Rock yet?
I have not met The Rock yet.
Oh.
No, it's gotta be the right circumstance.
Don't do
I
the
don't know
rock
what it is.
to the rock when you meet
That's
the
how.
rock.
That's what I'm gonna. That's the
Don't
first
do
thing
that
I'm gonna
to
do.
him.
I'm gonna tell him I do one first. You know, I do an impression of you. He's gonna go great, and I will perform it for the next 7 minutes.
Great question, thank you. If anyone has one final question, we have time for one more. But a quick question for me, we're talking about cosplay, and obviously there's a lot of cosplay here in Wales. What's it like for you guys to see Walking Dead cosplay? Because there's a lot of it, and there's a lot of effort that gets put into it. As your own characters or other characters from The Walking Dead, what's it like to see that in real life?
I always appreciate when people are dressed up because I'm like, now imagine this being like 45 degrees and we're gonna be out here for 14 hours. So I see that you're sweating in this Negan costume. Have fun in the sun. So I'm always like, why? That's usually my thing. Why?
I'm always amazed by the zombie makeup and cosplay because some of them look as good as our show. I mean, it's incredible. And I think the tutorials you can get on YouTube and everything to see how you do that is pretty remarkable. And
Does Greg do the tutorials or is it just?
no, just I'm saying zombie tutorials in general. Yeah, it's cool.
I think cosplay is pretty fantastic. Actually, I look for. It's one of the things I look forward to when I do conventions. Is seeing how much time and effort people put into creating a character, and for that day they have a sense of what it's like to be me because they're playing somebody else. So to see the sense of play and wonderment and imagination in grown people or in children as well always gives me a little bit of hope for the world.
I'd like to change my answer.
Very well done. We love that. There is a lot of passion that goes into cosplay. We have a final question right over here.
Firstly, I'd like to say, Ross, you look like you did when we first met you in The Walking Dead, so it's fine.
It's fine.
When you were sweet and before you lost your arm and got really scary.
Thanks. I like scary Aaron though. That's my favorite version of him. But
And just to push the issue, Seth had asked you to tell the story about when you got bitten by the dog.
See, I asked him to tell that story because when he told it to me the first time, he played all the characters, including dog. It was amazing.
Everybody loves dogs, so I can't believe that dog actually bit you.
he got spooked. It wasn't intentional. He just got spooked. Yeah, that's all.
No, they're like when he loses his arm, right? Is that scene? When you lose your arm?
No.
I thought the logs coming down spooked the dog.
No. That was
it
dog
gunfire?
came way later. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Dog bit you twice?
No, dog. It's a whole story. It's not worth bringing. It's yeah. So yeah, but anyway. But no, do you have another question though?
It's not a question, it's more of a, can one of you just do a Jerry for me? As in King Ezekiel? Because that's all I've been saying for the last couple of weeks and it's driving my kids insane.
An impression of King Ezekiel?
Yeah.
Do you do it?
I do an impression of Kari.
Yeah.
I don't know if I do an impression of King Ezekiel. Jerry. Yeah, Jerry. Yeah, something around there. But my dude! No! Yeah, oh, yeah, Jerry's coming! Like, it's usually around that kind of... That's normal. So every time, that's how I see and hear Ezekiel. That's usually around that. This Kari and his, like, super energy, and he's, like, the fastest person on the cast because he's got those, like, long legs that, like, sprints him across, and he's always like... And I'll do the, okay, cool. And then he goes, everyone. But yeah, come on guys, let's hear it. You can't leave me hanging. They're gonna be like, Kari's gonna be like, hey, I saw your clip. Did you see Seth and Ross's though? They did it too. Right guys? Why are you laughing at me? Right? Oh no.
It's okay, I'm having a picture with you guys later. One of you can just whisper in the ear.
Jerry. It's Jerry. Jerry. Yeah, Jerry.
He's like bordering on Patrick Warburton, like, hey, Jerry. All right, Peter. All right. Hey, Peter.
Thank you so much. See, we got you going on the impressions, but you guys, I mean, not only you mentioned photo ops, you're doing photo ops here, you're doing autographs. I want to say, as I've met you many times and I've seen you with your fans interacting, they are so generous. So round of applause for how amazing they are with their fans and for all the great storytelling today. Any final words for Wales and your fans in the meeting today?
I have to save mine for the last because it's gonna be a.
Oh, it's gonna be heartfelt.
No. It's gonna feel good.
Okay. Well, I just want to say thank you for having us all here. It's great to be back, and I just can't wait to meet all of you. We'll be there today and tomorrow, and yeah, it's all good. What do you guys think?
Yeah, no, this is great. This is my first time in Wales. I'm really excited. I need one of those little Star Trek translator comms, those, because I'm missing about 60% of what you're saying to me. But I'm catching 40, and that's making me feel emboldened enough to say that I would want to spend more time learning about where I am and who you guys are. And I'm happy to tell the dog biting Ross story, so if you want to come on, feel free.
That's not gonna happen. Also, I want to add, you all have the best flag in the UK. The coolest flags. The coolest.
Yeah,
Just
flag
that's
is
it.
cool.
Okay, my last words are gonna be for everybody. All right, I want everyone just to sit a little bit forward for a moment. I can see it. I see it in so many of you. I would like you all to roll your shoulders back. All right, in your seat, roll your shoulders back. And if you're able to get your arms up with your palms out just a little bit, if you're able to just relax it though, let it just sit on your leg. And I want
Cooper
you
has
all...
recently discovered that he has this, and it's very true because he's done works on my body as well. He has this amazing ability to spot where people are tense or tight or holding, and being able to like pressure point, heal them.
Yes.
That's what he's doing to you all.
So I like you all to relax your arms. I want you to roll your shoulders back, relax your arms, and I just want you all to look up. Like, and let your head just dangle. And I just want you to just slowly move your neck around while you shrug the shoulder. All right, how's that feeling? And keep in big inhales, big exhales. We're gonna do 3, all right? We're gonna do 3 big inhales, big exhales. Stretching out, here we go, all right? And 1 inhale. 2 more. One more. Biggest exhale you can do. Let it all out. And if any of you are hurt from that, then come talk to me, because that shouldn't be happening. Thank you guys.
Thank you. Don't we feel better? Wales, keep it going for Seth, Gilliam, Cooper, Andrew, and Ross. Marquand, your cast of The Walking Dead. Let's hear it one more time, Wales.